All right, we're
Go.
live. Go, Game, go. We are live.
Go, game, go. We are the official clean out your pig trough listening. That's today. We've been officially labeled as that.
Yes.
Thanks, Papa.
I like it.
I do. I mean, there's nothing worse than going live and, you make the mistake of not being approved. And then you get it.
Papa Pete and Lance Jennings already here. How's it going, guys?
Yeah. Because we had to do that.
That's right.
So I think we're going to get right into it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then I got a question and a really cool thing to talk about at the end. Look at that. It's in free fall.
So we decided to do a Turbografx show, which I'm sure we would have gotten to because we like Turbografx so much. But what really spurred it on was Analogue introduced their new Duo. Some new hardware from them. It's coming out next year. And
Analogue is also, that's something that as with a lot of things that you are so knowledgeable of, I was not, I didn't have knowledge of this company doing these things. So what else have they done? Oh, I can't hear you all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's what happens when you mute. They came out with the NES, which I think was like $400 or $500. It was pretty expensive, but it was I think it was all like metal. It's really well done. I think they did a Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. They're doing the Pocket. The Pocket will play Game Boy Advance, I think, right out of the chute. But if you want to, you can play. Then they saw additional adapters for like Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket, and they just announced that they're going to do Turbografx games too.
That's
which makes
crazy.
a lot of sense because it was also a handheld.
Yeah, you showed me that unit, and I flipped. It's $200.
This seems pretty reasonably priced for some of the stuff they've done. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure when we were at CES, I know they introduced the Duo then, and I think it was $200 then. So,
wow.
And I'm sure you can't get an original one for $200 anymore. They're probably really expensive.
Right.
But
and this is a pretty sleek unit. I mean, it looks like right there is where you slide the card in and a disc.
Yep. There you go.
Oh, yeah. There you go, man.
So they got the Turbo chip or the Hue card. Wasn't a Turbo chip here in Hue card in Japan, I think?
Yeah.
But this is all FPGA, so there's no emulation at all. This is just pure hardware. So you plug your original stuff in, which is cool. But look what they play. It's, of course, the Turbografx cards. Oh, and PC Engine, so it's for Japanese as well. Ooh.
Wow.
That makes it even better. But look at this. It also does not just Turbografx CDs, but you have one of those players. It does Super Graphics, PC Engine CD-ROMs, and Super Arcade CD-ROMs. I think the Super Arcade was like really rare, wasn't it? I think there was only like maybe 5 games or something.
And the crazy thing is that so you should be able to, if you're a fan, if you're a Lou Reed fan, you should be able to go to a used CD shop, or maybe on Amazon, even somebody's got it used. You should be able to go and buy that and play it in this unit and have it show the graphics on the screen. I mean
the old game?
Yeah, because that was the big thing about that. Well, here, I'll mine's all hooked up.
All right.
I think I should be able to get it up here, though. That was the thing. At the same time,
see, here's an Air Zonk card. You see it says Hue card there?
Yeah.
I could have swore that Turbo chip was used for some region.
On the American ones?
I thought, but I mean, obviously not, because there it is, U-card.
Hang on. Let me see what mine says. Yeah, mine says it too.
Yeah.
That is world-class tennis. World court tennis, sorry.
I think I have that.
We should play some of these this weekend. Jeff and I are gonna have a play date.
Whoops. Oh yeah. And a show. We're doing a live stream with the two of us playing a game together for the first time.
Together.
And this will play. See on the side here, it's got one spot for a controller.
Yeah, so you can use your classic controller.
Which is exactly how the original was. It was just one port. It was the only system I think I can't remember another system that's done that. That's but what's interesting was I thought, wear your mask.
Who's he talking
because on the original one, they just had the one port and everyone complained about it. I thought it was kind of a cool idea because it forced pretty much everyone to buy this guy here, the TurboTap. Yeah. And once you got the TurboTap, then you could have 5 people play games.
Yeah.
And
they had Bomberman on here, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they had what was it, Bomberman 93 here, and I think they had 93, 94 in Japan.
I'm just gonna hug this the whole show.
And then I actually have the new controller.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
They show it here. It's by a different company. That's by 8-Bit Dough.
Okay.
And that'll work with the Analogue.
Interesting. So they have the other one that's Bluetooth. Is that what that is?
Yes.
Yeah.
2.4 with Bluetooth. And here it is, showing you 16 Turbografx-16 with the pocket. This is the back of it, and there's the adapter for the Turbografx.
Wow.
The pocket's really cool, but man, it's so expensive. Ooh, what were the top games?
Well,
Turbografx was known for a lot of shooters.
Yeah.
Like
I just noticed your background. You have the last episode in the background.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
What the heck's wrong with me?
I don't know. I'm just checking. I saw the last unicorn. I'm like, wait, that was last week. I think some of the, like, Bonk was one of the huge characters that was out.
Yeah, that was really big.
And that had multiple titles and stuff.
There was 3. All right, so like as far as shooters go, here's a good one. Soldier Blade.
Yep, and Ordyne was a great one.
Oh, Ordyne was great. Bonk was a big one. They had 3 of them. Bonk 1, 2, 3, and then they put out this game, which I just showed a little bit ago. Air Zonk.
Yeah.
Which the perfect combination for Turbografx because it was Bonk as a shooter or a shmup.
Yeah.
And you know what? I just realized I have a box here of my old games. And then I have 5 games with instructions only. They're loose.
Oh.
And I'm like, why is this? Because I would have never gotten rid of the CD case.
Right.
Or the box on the CD case. But it hit me. I'm pretty sure at the very tail end of the run, when I think they were going out of business, I think they stopped doing the CD case. I think they just gave you a box, instruction manual,
and a card.
I don't think they had CDs at the very end, or CD cases at the very end.
Wow, no jewel cases. That does not seem right.
It doesn't, but I'm pretty sure that explains why I have these because everything else is in a box. I don't know why I would have these.
Yeah, if they were trying to cut costs.
I think that's what was going on. So Turbografx was big for shooters.
Shooters and sports. I mean, they did have some of the titles I've got. Here's, World Court Tennis is what I had. Crater Maze.
Hey, I got Crater Maze. Crater
Oh,
Maze
look
is
at
cool.
us.
You're right. You know what? This was a an arcade game.
No.
And the arcade game for Crater Maze, it's called something else, but it's on Switch.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Yeah, it was awesome. All right, so here's Bomberman.
Oh, yeah.
This was just called Bomberman. Japan has Bomberman 93 and 94 as well. I don't know if this is one of those.
Wow.
Um,
And did you get all of these back in the day, or did you get
yeah,
some?
I haven't bought any new Turbografx since
Okay.
early 90s.
I had Galaga 90. Do you have that one?
I do.
Oh, we got another match.
Excellent. But
You said but.
What's cool about the sports games, what we got?
Oh, and here's another hint. In order to not, here's something I do. This is a little trick I'll tell everybody. My wife always tells me I do this just so I can mess with my CDs more. It's not true. There's a real reason. Take your books out, okay? You take your books out and you turn them sideways, okay? So you turn them and put them like this.
Yeah.
And why? Because then they pop out like that.
Oh, very interesting.
And then that way you never get that stupid thing on the end where you're pulling it up with your nail and trying to get it out of there. Because this way it bends. It bends this way and you bow it and it pops out.
True.
So.
Now, the cool thing about Turbografx is like these sports games, World Court Tennis, World Class Baseball, and then Battle Royale, wrestling.
Oh, Battle Royale.
All these games were 5-player. Well, not tennis, but I think that was probably 4-player. And baseball was that was a bad example. Baseball is 2-player. That was a terrible example.
That was a bad example.
But Bomberman is 5-player. And that was only 5-player Bomberman for a while, I think.
Yeah, it's a 4 players. Doubles. Doubles. You could do 2-player doubles, you and a friend, make 1 pair and play against the computer.
Yeah, so 4 people.
Or 4 people can play against them.
Multiplayer, like 4 or 5-player, was kind of standard on the Turbografx because so many games made them. And so many people made games, or so many companies made games with multiplayer because they knew most people were going to buy that TurboTap.
Yep.
Well, here's Keith Courage.
Yeah. So do you have the comic book in yours?
There was a comic book?
Yeah.
I don't have a comic book.
Oh, that's what they were always saying. They're saying, can you find it with the comic book? Who's the gentleman that does the work on the games, on the systems and stuff? Something USA. He's got his own channel, and he fixes systems and stuff.
I don't know.
And he had gotten a box of stuff, and he goes, "Oh, Keith Courage is in here," and he goes, "I wonder if it's got the comic book because."
Wait, are you talking about Spawn Wave?
Huh?
So here's the pack-in games, Keith Courage. I actually did kind of like it. I mean, it's not a great game, but there are parts of it that are really cool.
Yeah. So when he opened it up, here's the cover.
Slavy just mentioned Rich from Review Tech USA, but I don't think he fixes anything. But the name.
What was it called?
Review Tech USA.
Maybe, I don't know if that was it or not. So he looked at the game, and so this cover was showing.
Huh.
So he opened it up. He goes, I wonder if it's got the comic book. And then it is the comic book.
I wonder why mine didn't come with that, because, I mean, it was packed in.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, see, mine has the comic book and the manual.
Not mine. What a ripoff. Yeah. Turbografx is stupid.
End the show. Sorry, folks, we're done early. So anyway, there you go. And then I had this one. Did you have this?
Yeah. And look, Arrow Blasters. That's an old shooter. I know I had
I'll have to check that out. You'll have to bring that over.
And you mentioned
And
this.
of course,
This is
I
my
already
favorite.
talked about that.
Yeah, Ordine.
Oh, you got the same one. That's so crazy.
Pop is asking about the Mini.
And I had this one.
I love Power Go. So here's the Mini.
Yeah. Okay.
And what's cool is the back even comes off because the original Turbografx, I don't know if I have it anymore, but it had a little cover that just barely fit over here, so it was a lot smaller.
Yes.
And then you could buy the Turbo Booster.
When you say that, it's so funny because
Booster.
I'm like, I'm sorry, folks, but that's what my buddy says for a really pretty girl. She's a booster.
A booster.
So you said, so now that's the
So
back.
just for comparison, here's the Mini compared to the regular.
Oh, okay. There you go. How many games are on the Mini?
About 53.
Okay.
Several of them are duplicated though, between English and Japanese.
Oh, I see. Okay. So
There's
like
well over
all of
40,
the
though.
so all of the games that you've got there aren't necessarily on that.
No.
Right.
So the Mini, the Mini is really good, and it's got a lot of really good games in it.
Is this on the Mini?
Nope, I don't believe so.
All I know, I got to find out if I need turbo boots because I got to get over that chasm. Because I watched that video and that dude just goes, boom. I'm like, how'd you do that?
So I was just telling Stuart, I just noticed that I have on my Turbografx, I have a Turbografx Booster Plus. And here's the booster right here, the regular booster. And the only reason to get it is because it had the
RCA ports
connections. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Plus, I believe, it's exactly the same, except I think it has a memory card built in, so you can actually play and save, which is nice.
I feel silly that I wore my Iron Man, but it's so awesome. I should have worn my Turbografx shirt today.
I don't know, what were you
My
thinking?
Go Game Go shirt is still missing.
What? Didn't we do that joke last week where I said a Go Game Go or Go Game Went or
Go Game Gone.
Go Game Gone?
Go Game Gone. It just rolled off your tongue.
Oh, Military Madness. That was a great game. Lance, you're asking, how does the Mini compare to the real Turbografx in gameplay and controllers?
I was going to say, so what does the Mini have in the controller?
You mean the Mini controller?
It just came with a controller, right?
It comes with a controller. All right. So here is a Mini controller, and here is a regular controller.
Which
they look identical.
The only thing is the top one is the old.
Top one's the new one.
Oh, it is? The glossy.
It is a hair smaller.
Oh, now I'm looking at mine. The glossy is the old one, yeah. It's just a skosh smaller?
Just a little smaller, but it has everything. It has the sliders.
Yeah.
For the turbo.
Well, it's got to be smaller because it's Mini.
Yeah, just barely. But for the most part, you don't even notice the difference. And
right.
Well, here, let me feel it.
Does it have the same plug-in?
No. The plug-in for the Mini is
a USB.
So I think you can use it on a PC. So as I'm pressing the buttons here, the original turbo pad the D-pad is a little mushy. The new one is a lot more clicky.
Gotcha.
I don't remember if it was clicky back then.
Yeah,
maybe it's mushy because it's old.
Well, let me see. Yeah, mine's pretty clicky. I mean, I don't know.
Feel exactly the same. And I do like that they kept the turbo the turbo sliders in there.
Oh, I know, right?
Because that would have been ridiculous. They didn't have the turbo sliders.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting.
As far as the gameplay, Lance, it's really good. I saw some reviewers that were complaining because there was some kind of a shimmer effect. I don't know.
A shimmer effect. What is that?
If you put the original and some of the ones on the Mini together,
Yeah.
there's like a slight emulation problem where part of the background will shimmer.
Oh.
I didn't even notice it until I pointed it out. So
you're like, why'd you have to show me that?
I mean, if anyone's interested in Turbografx, I would grab the Mini, just because it comes with 53 games, and if you cut out the ones that are duplicates, I mean, you still get around 40 games or so.
Yeah,
and it hooks right through HDMI. It's $100. Trying to buy all those games and a system.
Oh yeah,
it's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, how much are games these days for the Turbografx with the used games and whatnot?
It varies. I mean, the real common ones, they're still cheap, but a lot of it's getting way up there in price.
Because I'm like, we need to see if we can figure out.
I don't have Bonk 3. I have Bonk 1 and 2. I think Bonk 3 is really expensive, though.
Oh, is it? I never had a Bonk game. I just played it.
Yeah, Relic Gamer, you're right. Some of the games on the Mini are very expensive. On the Japanese side of it, there is a game called Sapphire, which is a shooter. It never came to the U.S., I believe, and I think even in Japan, it's like several $100s, if not $1,000. Dungeon Explorer is cool. This is a 4, or is it 5? It's either a 4 or 5 player RPG.
Wow,
which is awesome.
Wow,
and that's on. I think that's on the Mini. Oh, one of the last things I want to show for the games is I have one Japanese game. Look at this, Street Fighter 2. Now they said U card as well. I know I've seen Turbo Chip somewhere. I've seen it used. I don't know what for with both Japan and US.
Yeah, I don't.
But see, this is cool. Whoop.
No. I'm kind of certain that I've got one that's like that.
So this was put in a double case. I don't know why. But look at this. So can you see where?
Oh,
it's fat at the very bottom.
Right.
I don't know what's going on there. If there's extra memory in there.
That's what I was wondering. There's probably extra info in there.
Because this will not play on an American one. You have to have an adapter.
Oh, really? So I can't.
What's amazing is this. This plays. It's every bit as good as like a Super Nintendo or Genesis version. It is amazing.
Wow.
And how they got it to work on a Turbografx-16, I have no clue.
Give me a little bit of your knowledge of Turbografx-16. Was it truly 16? Was it?
No, it was. I forgot what the 16 was for. It's not a 16-bit like Super Nintendo or Genesis.
Right.
Not at all.
That's what I was thinking.
It's somewhere. It's somewhere in between. I mean, the graphics are really good. They're way better than, say, an NES.
Okay.
But like Super Nintendo graphics, I would say, can be a lot better.
Okay.
Okay, I like this idea.
That's it. Mic drop. See, I told you I need to get like some toy mic or something, because I ain't gonna drop a real mic on my thing.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing, Lance, about the PlayStation 1 Mini sucking, and but the Turbografx-16 Mini does not. It's really good. Hey, it's Mike from Original Next Level Gaming.
Mike,
Welcome
are
to
we
the
gonna,
show.
are we gonna see Mike sometime soon?
We might be.
We're gonna do a show with Mike or be on Mike's show.
We might be.
We might be. We should do that.
Yeah.
Here's what I have. I only have 2 of them. I have this one on CD.
Yeah, that's the original Street Fighter 1.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
They
You
changed
told me
the name
that.
to Turbografx.
I flipped out when you told me that.
Yeah, and it's terrible.
Ah!
It is bad.
It's terrible.
It's so bad. I'm not even sure why they made a second version.
So you're saying you're wondering, as crappy as this is, why did they the franchise ever continue?
Yeah, it was really bad.
But thank God it did, right?
No kidding. Actually, that version, if you buy, I guess it's on all the systems. I have it on the Switch. The Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition.
It's on there?
It's on there. Matter of fact, all of the arcade games are on there, I believe, up through the Street Fighter 3 series.
Yeah, you're talking about the Capcom beat 'em up?
Not the beat 'em ups, but the 30th anniversary for Street Fighter.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
12 arcade games on there.
You
And
said
4 of them you can play online, which is awesome.
And then this is the other one that I had that I'm dying.
Ooh.
This is one of the reasons that I want to get that new system so I can plop this in and play.
I don't have that.
Yeah, I do. It's right here. Actually, it's in the system right now. I should probably take it out of there while I'm on here.
Did you have your CD available?
Right there.
Oh, wait, let me take this down so we can see better. But yeah, Big Data Game Studio. That was the coolest thing about the Turbografx, where you could use both games, or the games both handheld and regular. Wow, look at that.
Unfortunately, this isn't working right now.
What game did you have for that? Did we play
Those 2? I had Fighting Street and I had Monster Lair.
Oh, Monster Lair was a CD game.
CD, yeah. So it's fortunate because on that show they had the gentleman had a Turbografx-16, and oddly enough, the same exact thing was wrong with it. This jack was gone.
What is that? Is that the power?
Well, no, it's like the connection for the TV. And so fortunately I had this whole unit, and that's what he did. He hooked it all up, and I go, well, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I could just plug this into here, and then it locks into place.
When did that come out? Was that like 1990?
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Let's see if it says on the bottom here if it's got a date on it. I doubt it, but yeah, I don't see a date. But that's about right, because that's when I was writing the reviews and stuff. It was right around that time.
That's amazing. I think they had a CD system out then before.
Well, yeah, and you know what?
Crazy.
That goes along with that Lou Reed album. It's the New York album. So if anybody's a big Lou Reed fan and love that New York album, I'm not a huge Lou Reed fan. He can't sing, but but that New York album was really good, and it's got graphics on it. CD, what they called at the time, CD graphics.
All right, I got something. So if anyone's interested, Amazon actually has Turbo Mini still in stock here in the U.S.
Wow.
Yeah, it's available right now.
Do they? I was just wondering.
Still $100. Okay.
So this unit from Analogue drops next year.
Yep. No idea when though.
Okay. All right.
Boy, there's a part of me that wants to get. There's a part of me that wants to save the money to get a Poly Mega.
Well, wait a minute. What's the Polymega? Help me out with that.
Polymega, when you buy the base unit, it has a CD player in it.
Okay.
CD player plays, what is it? Turbografx CDs, Sega CDs,
PlayStation,
Neo Geo CDs. I can't. Saturn CDs. I think PS1 CDs. So it plays a lot of systems out of the box. And then the way it's built is the back end pops off, or no, the front end pops off, and they're modules. So you can take the CD player out.
yes.
And then if you buy, a Turbografx unit module, you slide that in, then you can play all the cue cards.
Yeah.
But what it does is it's not, it is emulation. It's not like the Duo here, where you have to put your actual game in. It takes the ROM, puts it on the system, and then plays. I believe you can store those on the system.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Generation Gamer says the CD stays. Oh, interesting. So the CD stays and the other modules go on top. Oh, that's good.
Wow.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
So I'm kind of tempted to get that because I believe you can rip the games right to the hard drive, and so you can just play them without having to keep sliding your disc in, which would be nice.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's like it's like an inch and a half thick, and then the modules just go on top.
Yeah, it's just one at a time that goes on top, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, like on the website here, it's got the Super Nintendo on there. So it's got 2 ports for controllers on that.
Yeah, and this is a good point too. You can throw if you have like Japanese games, if you can find one that has a Japanese like an English patch for the game, you can drop that onto the system as well, and it'll translate it for you.
Wow. Well, how much is that going to be?
The base unit, and Pete and Generation Gamer, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's $400.
God.
And I told the story before where it was $300, and I was going to get it when it was on pre-order, and literally the day I went to order, the day before was the last day for $300.
Oh.
And even at $300, I was like, do I really want to do this?
Well,
$400, I was like, I'm out for now. Maybe
how much is a module?
I'm glad you asked.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah, so it is not a cheap system by any means. We were just talking about Splatterhouse, Big Daddy Game Studio.
Yeah, we're going to actually be playing some of it. All right, so $400 for the base, $80 per module. God, okay, again, it's if that's what you do, if that's the way you do those systems, if it's a way that if you don't have those systems, then it's a good way for you to play those games.
Oh yeah.
Like I have all those systems, so anything I want to play, Well,
the one big advantage is.
And there's the case. Remember the case?
Oh, that's right. You have the Turbografx case.
Yeah.
Is that from Blockbuster?
What?
Is that from Blockbuster? Remember how they used to rent systems and they put them in these big cases?
Oh, I don't think so. I think
it's not from Blockbuster because Turbografx wasn't in Blockbuster.
Right. Yeah. The company sent me that because you can see the little circular divot, that little divot thing there. See the circle? That's where the CD unit goes.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can have that whole assembled unit that I had.
Oh, wow.
And it goes right there. Yeah. Pretty slickety slick. But yeah, they were really cool. I couldn't believe they sent that to me. And then, of course, we've said it before at least twice that you got a deal through my dealing with them.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe I could bring this over Saturday.
Bring it.
because like Generation Gamer is saying, it's got the Japanese version of Splatterhouse, which I believe is uncensored. Is that right?
Ooh. So we could actually die. Be careful with that Japanese version. They get crazy.
So for anyone
seen
who's
their game shows?
On the mini though has, look at this. It actually has 2 spots for controllers.
I was going to say, do you have 2 controllers?
Yeah.
And then it comes out HDMI in the back.
Oh shoot! It doesn't have. It's the PC Engine one that has it. Oh, hold on. Does this have?
I must be hungry because I thought that said you have the American cheese.
You have the American cheese.
You have the American cheese. Release. Stu needs to eat. I really don't. I could skip a few meals.
All right, so now I'm looking here, and according to this Splatterhouse, okay, so
go ahead.
Splatterhouse is on here.
Okay.
The the US version.
Yeah.
And then the PC Engine has the Japanese version.
Oh, okay.
But the American version does not have the PC Engine version, and vice versa.
So the other unit that you have that goes on there that has it? No.
The mini, it'll have Splatterhouse. It'll just be the regular Turbografx.
The regular.
It won't be
the
Japanese one.
Gotcha. Dang it.
See, like a lot of these are doubled up.
Oh yeah.
Like Space Harrier, Soldier Blade. They're on either mini that you could have gotten.
Okay.
They have Snatcher on here. It's so funny.
R-Type is on there.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
All right, I'm definitely bringing this over.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I was showing this earlier. Who just said it? Oh, Generational Gamer. About the 8-bit DOE controller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think for me, I'll just stick with that new unit that's coming out. I'll just stick with the Duo. The price is right. I've got everything else to do all that other stuff, and I mean, I'm just excited to throw the Monster Lair. I'm just dying. Now, of course, that's what my question's about later too. So let's remember that.
So it's interesting. When I bought this, it came with 1 controller.
Yeah.
If you wanted to buy a second controller, you could only buy the PC Engine one.
You can't buy another one like that?
Nope. I don't know if it's still like that.
That's very odd.
All right, so here, look on Amazon. Look at this.
Okay.
See, here's the Turbografx.
Yeah.
Buy it with this, the PC Engine controller.
For $1.50?
You can't buy it. So my second controller is the PC Engine one.
Sweet. And that's all for $1.50, right?
Yes. But thankfully, this controller has the sliders on it for turbo. The PC Engine Mini, I believe the controller does not have this turbo sliders, but you can buy second controllers that do have it. And that's because the original PC Engine did not have turbo sliders. You think they would have just put them on? If they made a controller for it, so I don't know why they didn't just put it on.
Can you roll? Keep going. Okay, nope, it's not on there. Do you see in our graphic up in the top there in our thumbnail in the top corner there by where it says live? Do you see that? And that's a game called Ballistics. Actually, you have all those photos of all the stuff. We could go through those photos too.
I wonder if I have
open up the one that's Ballistics.
Ballistics.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
that one of the only reasons I grabbed that one out is because this is a gentleman His name, I can't remember his last name off the top of my head now. His first name is Melvin, and he did this painting. And that also appeared, as odd as it is, that appeared on the cover of a reprint of Judas Priest's Rock-a-Rolla album.
This cover? Art?
Yeah. Melvin did two paintings that ended up on Judas Priest covers. This is one. Like I said, it has nothing to do with Rock-a-Rolla. Unless you're, a bomber and you're like, now, but I don't know.
So wait. So that came out first, correct? The album?
Technically, they probably came out at about the same time, which is probably why this got used. Because Melvin probably painted it right about that time.
Well, this guy's making some money over that one painting.
One painting. And then they released their early stuff all together on a double album called Hero, and another one of his paintings made it on that cover. So anyway, that just threw me when I saw this. I'm like, oh, what game was that? So have you ever heard of Ballistics?
Yeah. I don't think I have it. So here's the old Turbo Express. Still couldn't find my Turbo Express. I'm starting to get worried now.
Yeah, because I never had one, but I was so wishing I had one.
Yeah, I picked it up at Toys R Us when they're starting to clear them out, but it still wasn't cheap.
No.
I was curious if I have Ballistics. I don't think so.
So is that where you were getting all your games earlier, or was out of that case?
Yeah, I've got this case. It's
That's cool. I've got one like that, but I emptied it. I emptied it and I put my Nintendo system and stuff in there.
Hey, I do Ballistics.
I use that. Oh, you got it!
Yeah.
Far out! You got to bring that. I'm excited. Can you tell?
Do you not have any? Did you never have it?
No.
Oh.
I only chose to show it because it had that Melvin painting on it.
Your Turbografx still works, right?
Yeah.
And you have your Turbo Tap and controllers?
Yep, I got 2 controllers. Do I have a tap?
Shoot.
You might have to bring your tap. I don't know. I'll look.
Lance Jennings just said he had a game called Ballistics from Psygnosis for the Amiga. And that's actually why I was looking for it.
So what the heck is the gameplay all about? I need to check that out.
Hey, Lance, this is by Psygnosis also. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, so this is...
Cynosis is what I would say. Cynos.
It's got that G in there.
Yeah, but so does the word sign. And you don't go sigin. I don't know. That's just
here you go. Look. All right, I figured out where the turbo chip came from.
Oh, you got it?
I don't know if anyone's going to be able to read that.
Yeah, turbo chip. Yep.
Turbo chip.
Advanced turbo chip.
So
not just any old turbo chip, advanced.
So in the the manuals are referred to as turbo chips. On the actual games themselves, it says Hue card.
Oh.
No wonder nobody bought this system.
They didn't even know what the hell to call it.
You know, one reason why I think this thing tanked?
Bring it on.
Someone told me once, we were talking about video games. This was back in the mid-90s. And someone told me they really were interested in the Turbografx because they'd see them in the store and they thought they was cool looking. But she said we didn't buy one because we couldn't rent games for them. And I was like, geez, I wonder if that's what a lot of people thought. Because they weren't at Blockbuster.
Interesting.
Super Nintendo, Genesis were, but you couldn't do it. You couldn't rent them there. That probably did not help them one bit.
You know what else I thought earlier? I wonder When I was playing this game, I wonder when I was trying to jump that chasm, if maybe I had the turbo button up. I wonder if I had a turbo switch on and it was muting how far he could jump.
That's a good possibility because if you have the turbo things up at all,
yeah,
for something like that, it'll screw the whole game up.
Yeah, so I wonder if it was negating my ability to jump. Because, dude, I mean, I'd go right to the edge. I'm like, okay. And when I watch that video, that guy just goes, zoo, bloop. And I'm like, my guy's going, eh. It's, it's like right at the last second, he just gets a second thought and goes, oh, I don't think I can make it. And you're like, well, not with that attitude.
I don't know. I just love these things just because of the games. I mean,
I know. I loved the make of the game.
It's just great.
It's just, that's it. Boom.
Even the connectors at the top are completely flush.
Right.
They don't even raise up at all.
Nope. It's a beautiful thing. It's just.
And then if you have an Express, you just plug it in, play it on the go.
Yep. And it came in the nice little slip cover so you could keep it safe and just put it in your pocket if you wanted. Take it to the office. Play it on your Turbo Express.
When I go to like local game stores, if they have any Turbografx games at all, it's usually in a little section like this big. You got about 4 games.
For 2 reasons. There's not many there. And also, it doesn't take up a lot of room.
No.
No more room than a PS1 game.
So, yeah, I'm going to bring the mini to your place because that's what we used to play a lot of at your house. We play baseball, Ordine.
Now, is baseball on that, right? I got to look at that list. It's not on there.
Oh, it's like,
But that's okay. Like I say, I got the unit here we can play. So whatever we own, like ballistics, I got to check that out. Just for Melvin's painting for crying out loud.
I think it's big enough for everyone to see. Let's see.
Yeah, you had it earlier. That's fine. Yeah, I was reading it earlier. So what do we got? Air Zonk. Oh, Alien Crush. That was the pinball game, right?
Yeah, there's 2 of them, Alien Crush and
Blazing Lasers. I had that.
Wait, what was the other game? Alien Crush and Devil's Crush.
Devil's Crush, right. I think that's one of the graphics I used on the.
So you see over here on the right, you got the Turbografx Mini and the Core Graphics, which is a European one. I guess they're identical as far as games. And the PC Engine Mini is on the far right.
Okay. So wow, all of the bonks are Bonk, Venture, Bonk's Revenge, and
I think just
those 2. Yeah.
It does have
but it has Air Zonk.
It has Air Zonk. I love that they changed his name to Zonk for the.
I know. I was like, what? That's Bonk, but that's not Bonk.
Okay, so there's Bomberman 93 and 94 are both on this.
And Panic Bomber.
But what's interesting is
what's your favorite?
I had the game out. Well, I think 94. I don't think 94 came out in the U.S. I don't remember ever seeing it.
Oh, wow.
But the Bomberman game that I had up earlier, it doesn't even say 93 on it. It's just called Bomberman.
Yeah.
Right. Adventure.
Ooh, wow.
Revenge.
Castlevania?
Yes.
Is that Japanese or something? Or is that?
It's in Japanese, but you can play it. It's on the Mini.
Wow.
And you don't need to know Japanese for that.
Dragon Spirit, that's a shoot 'em up, isn't it?
Yeah. But
I had that.
This Castlevania version, a lot of people think it's like their favorite.
Really?
I'll tell you what, Chu Man Fu, I love this game. It might be stupid, but you're these little kids, you're pushing these huge balls around a maze, and you got guys trying to kill you and stuff. But here's Dungeon Explorer, that multiplayer.
You're kids, you're pushing balls, and there's a guy trying to kill you.
Yeah.
That does not sound family friendly. No. Galaga 98, there you go.
Fantasy Zone.
Fantasy Zone.
Galaga 88 which is different than Galaga 90, which we have.
Yeah, right.
88, I think, is the better version. It's my favorite Galaga.
Why? What's the difference?
There's more varied enemies.
Oh, okay. All right.
And there's like little warps you can take so you can go different directions.
Okay.
All right, this game here, this Japanese game, Sapphire, it's on both.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And this game is extremely expensive. And it's a shooter, so again, you don't need any...
and there's a Ghouls and Ghosts on there. There's JJ and Jeff, Gradius. Lords of Thunder. What is that?
Another shooter.
Really? Because it sounds really familiar. I unfortunately did end up selling some of my stuff, and I think some of those games, like Dragon Spirit, I had that. I know I had that because I really liked it. That wasn't on any other system, was it? Maybe I had it on a different system.
I think it's on other systems.
Okay. I don't know. I just know I
yeah, we used to play world-class baseball all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very similar to Time of the Roost, Time of the Sword. I agree. It's
yeah. Yeah, nice call. Nice call. So what else do we have as you're scrolling down?
Gradius.
There's Military Masters. Madness,
okay.
I mean.
JJ and Jeff, which I don't have.
Yeah.
And when the mini came out, people were reviewing it. They're going through all the games, and everybody hates this game, JJ and Jeff. But I actually like it. And what's cool about it, it's a side scroller. And a lot of people think it's a platformer and play it like a platformer, but it is not a platformer. It's an adventure game. There are things hidden in there all over the place.
Okay.
For you to look for. Matter of fact, you can't get past certain parts of the game unless you find something in your path. And once you get there, if you don't have what you need to go further, it'll actually like kick you back. We'll just send you right back, so you have to go find it.
Wow,
it's an interesting game. This game was originally a Japanese game, and it came out here. It's heavily edited. I wish they would put a Japanese version on here too, like they did with some of these games. Lords of Thunder is a great horizontal shooter. CD game. Look at this. Some of them, real quick. Aldine's Turbografx CD.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this isn't just Hue cards. These are CDs, Turbografx.
Yeah, right. It's too bad Monsters Layers isn't on there.
Which one?
Monster Lair.
Yeah, it's not on here.
Newtopia.
Military Madness. Newtopia.
Oh, there's New Island Adventure.
Yeah, Master Higgins.
Yeah.
Master Higgins, who is in Saturn Bomberman, along with Bonk.
Wow.
Newtopia 1 and 2 are basically like Turbografx answer to Zelda.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Jeez. I love when we go through this stuff and it just sparks my memory. It's just like, what?
All right, so Parasol Stars, and just real quick, I've got that.
Parasol Stars.
All right, it's a Bubble Bobble game. It's Bubble Bobble 3.
Oh, really? Wow.
Look, it's by Working Designs was involved in this, and they're a legendary like publisher and sometimes developer. But what's interesting is my wife, Celia, she bought this for me when we were dating.
Huh.
And I saw it and I was like, it just, I didn't know anything about Bubble Bobble time. It just kind of looks goofy.
Right.
But, we did a stream together. Me and her played this game on the Mini as a stream. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, if you like Bubble Bobble, it's one of those. Each screen you have to get past the screen, and you go to another screen. There's one after another. But this game now, it's ridiculously expensive. So I told her, I said, I don't know how you did it, but you picked a really good game.
Now you got it, and now you got it twice. So
Power Golf is on here. I always like that game. Soldier Blade. Who's out there?
Can you bring the list back up again?
Oh, I'm just having fun reading on my own.
Well, you were. It wasn't that long. Not what she said.
Power Golf. We used to play that.
Yeah, Power Golf. Yeah.
Snatcher's weird because it didn't come out in America, but
yeah, Power Golf.
The only of course, so the only version of Snatcher we get is a Japanese version, and it's heavily. It's got a lot of Japanese text, which good luck playing that unless you're Japanese.
Yeah. See, Splatterhouse, I had that. I don't know why I got rid of it. I remember playing it.
The Splatterhouse, this one's so odd the way it. Wait a minute, can you see?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Splatterhouse is on the American version, and you get the American. It's on the American Mini, and you get the American version. There is no PC Engine version on the American version, and then just the opposite in Japan. They got their original version. They didn't get the American version. Why couldn't they just give us both of those?
I don't know.
Star Parodier, Super Darius, another couple more shooters. Superstar Soldier, another really good one. Ease Book 1 and 2.
Yeah, what I remember that, but
did you have? I thought you had those.
I thought so too. But I mean, I don't. I don't now. I don't.
That's turned into a legendary
RPG
series. And both versions are on there, which is cool. So, I mean, there's a lot of good games on here, and some of them are extremely hard to find.
Yeah, that's always cool when you're amazed at some of the stuff that comes with it. That's like recently when I bought that big package set on the Switch of, was it Capcom games or was it?
Oh, Sega Genesis.
The Sega Genesis games. Oh my gosh. Talk about memories. I mean, but that goes, okay. Is there anything else we need to say about TurboGrafx before I ask my question?
I would say if anyone asks, if you don't mind spending $100, this is well worth it. I would say, especially if you don't have a TurboGrafx system, I'd recommend getting this over buying a system and games.
And then trying to find the games.
Way, way cheaper. I'm not even sure, there might be a way to hack this and add more games to it. I think there is. I don't know if there's a good version of it out yet, but I'm sure it'll come out at some point. But even if you just had these games alone, at least you get to see what TurboGrafx is all about.
Right. I mean, and it's worth it. I mean, and even if you get it, I don't know. I mean, I would say get it too. I mean, that's a great way to do it. I can't wait to get the Duo. I will be getting one of those. In 2021, I'll be getting the Amico and a Duo. I mean, that's about it. I mean, that's really all I want to afford. I don't need to do any more than that.
That's a pretty good combo there.
Yeah, and it's because I want to be able to do these easier. I mean, I can play these. Yes, the cards I can play, but Monster Lair I can't get back into that without a disk drive, and this one doesn't seem to be working. So, she was on her way out.
I'm surprised that TurboGrafx is still up there. Because I know they sold out right away, and then it came back, and it sold out again. So I'm guessing it's selling really well, which, as much as I can't stand Konami anymore because they kind of dropped the ball in all their games, Castlevania and tons of others.
Yeah,
I'm still shocked on the day that I remember them announcing the TurboGrafx Mini. I thought it was a joke when I first heard it. Because what? It's like who even remembers it? But apparently, I think why it sold well is that people just didn't buy it, and so now here's your big chance to buy it.
Yeah, and it was a worthwhile system with great games
because you got the small group of people who did buy it. So you got those people, and then other video game people who never had a chance to play it. It's like, well, here's my chance to get in fairly cheaply. And
right.
because I mean,
Well,
systems, I mean, these old systems, I don't think are very cheap.
well, yeah, and then you've got all the people who purchase them, or in in my case, you got people that have it. Maybe they don't work anymore.
Well, that's the other thing. You get this, and you know it's going to work for a while. I assume.
Yeah.
You get an old Turbografx, it might crap out on you in 5 years. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. That's the reason I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to seeing if my Lou Reed works in there. They had try to think, I think it was Donna Summer at the time. There was a video. There's a sample CD that I've got. I still have it. And it had some other artists that were doing the CD graphics at the time. And it was like a demo disc. So I look forward to throwing those in too.
By the way, I think Lou Reed and Donna Summer should do a collaboration.
They can't do it anymore. Well, they're doing it in heaven.
That's right.
Yeah.
She died.
Yeah, she
That would
did.
make it even more special. If you can pull that one off.
I'm sorry. I don't care how peaceful the place is where they would be. Let's just say they both went to a nice, peaceful place, right? And they bump into each other. All I can see is Donna just walking out of the studio, just going, I can't do it. This guy can't sing. I can't do this.
Is
Have
Lou
you
Reed,
heard him?
Is Lou Reed dead too?
Yeah.
Oh, he is? I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't.
No. Yeah. I still like his voice, though. I don't know. Like, I don't think Johnny Cash had a great voice. It wasn't very strong. It was kind of warbly, but I loved hearing his voice.
Right. No, and I thoroughly understand that. And I get it because I get it. I get that. I like that New York album. Is he flat all the time like usual? Exactly. Do I like Neil Young's voice? Yes. It's got a place in my head. My friend Guy won't touch it.
I got it at Lou Reed's song "Adventure" on my phone.
Oh,
every so often.
Interesting. I'm telling you, if you like any of his stuff, New York, you just got to get it. It's got great songs. The lyric content is amazing, and when you get that turbo system, you can play it.
It's interesting.
And it'll have graphics on your TV.
You know, when is American Idol's not still on, is it?
Yeah, they recharged it.
Okay, can you imagine a young Johnny Cash going on there? He would never get picked.
No, because that's Americana. That's for the people who are like, Johnny Cash is for those people just like the 90s. Let's look at the 90s. Okay, what was the 90s? The 90s was nothing but a revolution against the 80s where everybody could sing. So they're like, those people sing really, really well, and I can't sing like that. So then all of a sudden grunge came out with a bunch of mumbly guys and a bunch of guys you can't sing or whine, like what's his head from Smashing Pumpkins. They got whiny voices, and everybody's like, well, I can sing better than that. So the 90s was huge.
This
Bismarck. What's that?
You got what I need.
Oh, now that wants to make me shoot myself. Because, first of all, it's got nothing to say. Okay. That was the thing about Lou Reed. He might have been flat all the time or whatever, but he had something to say. So you're kind of like, it's kind of annoying, but he's got something to say.
I think Bismarck had something to say.
You got what I need.
Yeah, that's right.
A headache.
I don't know why, but that song came up, and we're trying to think, like, what the hell was who sang that song? And I looked it up, and I found it on YouTube. I was playing. I was like, oh my God! It's like this guy can't sing a lick.
No. Oh no. And that
I agree, Papa Pete. That my impression was spot on.
On purpose or
Horrible.
just
I nailed
naturally? I was naturally spot on. I suck.
I never thought we'd do a show where Biz Marquee got brought up.
Since we are certified now and pre-approved, I just want to ask Papa how the pigs are. I know, are they enjoying it? Have you actually heard any of the pigs chuckling? That's my question.
They're enjoying the show.
What does a pig chuckle sound like? When I was in high school, I did help a buddy of mine. I was in the FFA, and I did help my buddy with his pig farm. But actually, he like worked with pigs on the guy's farm, so it wasn't his farm, but he worked on that. So anyway, Biz Marquee had to say. That's what Biz Marquee had to say. So anyway,
what was your question you were going to ask?
So here's my question. I have two things. I don't know which one I want to do first. All right, I'll ask my question. Okay. You guys, whoever was out there, all the millions of people that watched me do my live stream,
Wait, which one? Uncharted or the NES ones? Or the NES one?
Either one, but mainly the NES, because part of our lives are retro, right? That's a part of our life is retro. Of the millions of people that watched me do that the other night, I had no skills whatsoever. I want to know, do you guys find yourselves with no skills whatsoever? These games are so simple. I threw in Commando last night, and I was just talking to my best friend today about that. I said, I played Commando last night. Doesn't mean I was naked when I played. I'm just saying I was playing Commando the game. So I was playing the game Commando, and I had no skills. I got to the first bridge and went underneath, and then I'm shooting and I'm throwing grenades, and I mean, it's like there was an enemy poop machine on either side. They just were coming out. I'm like, oh my God.
I don't know what it is, but I know what you're talking about because on the Switch Online service, Ice Hockey's on there.
Yeah.
I used to, when I'd play it against a computer, I'd win all the time. It was no problem. And I had certain moves that would work all the time, and I was actually pretty good. And I played today. I get crushed so badly, I don't even finish the game. I'm like, this is just ridiculous. I can't even stop them anymore. I don't know what happened.
Check out my Bionic Commando footage.
Reflex is just that much slower now?
I don't know. All I've got to say is I apologize to the millions that watched, but also I've learned that I am going to play these games a little bit to get some skills back before I ever embarrass myself like that again. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
I was playing this game on live stream.
Yes, you were. Yeah, I watched that.
And I was doing okay until I got to this one boss. There was two kids on a book. And I couldn't beat them. I still have not beat them. I've gone back and tried.
Really?
I got to the point where they both have a life bar. And the best I did was one guy was dead. The other guy had, just a sliver left. And I didn't beat him. I was like, oh. But other than that, I usually get beat really quick by those two. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
And that's for the Switch, right? They ported that for the Switch?
From the Vita.
Yeah. See, I just want to know what's everybody's feeling about that. Let me know. I mean, over time, over the next couple of weeks or something, just let us know. You can write on our Facebook page if you want. You can comment underneath the video, this video especially. Once you're out there and you're subscribing, make sure you hit the subscribe tonight. And if you're digging on it, and then also hit the notification if you want to know when we're coming out again, because we have, our live streams that we're doing. But let me know what are your skills when you do a throwback time and you're like, oh, I'll play some 8-bit because I'll kick ass because I'm kicking ass on this, PS3 or Xbox or whatever game. And then you get on there and you take a piss. You got nothing. I just don't know. You saw? Did you see how far I got on Bionic Commando? I've beaten the game.
I think a little bit of it might be age, because I think, like, when you watch pro gamers, especially like ones that are, you gotta be really fast, like fighting ones.
Yeah,
you don't see too many pro, like, Street Fighter players that are in their mid 30s. I mean, there are some, but a lot of them are mostly in their 20s.
Okay.
So, but I was talking to my son Nathan, and he,
Mike Tyson Punch Out.
There's a really popular online game. I can never think of the name of it. But he said there's actually people in there, and it's one of those shooting games where, it's like squad based. You go, I guess, like Call of Duty, but it's not Call of Duty. But he said there's actually guys in there playing like pro level that are in their 40s still. I was like, wow, really? Because I was like, well, maybe you don't have to be as fast or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's part of it. I think too. I was mentioning this to my friend today. A lot of things deal with the things I was talking to my friend about today, especially this last thing I'm going to talk to you about. But I was saying that there's so many options now. Like if I'm Drake and I'm playing Uncharted, I can run over here and I can hide behind something and wait it out. You can't do that back then. Back then, there's none of that. You're out in the field. When I was playing Commando last night, you're just out there in this open field and they're pouring in. There's nowhere to hide. And you get stuck on trees and crap. And you're like, I can't move right now. And the guy walks in and boop, and you're flat. So I think we get so into, I can move anywhere. I can just run away. I can hide somewhere behind this thing. And death doesn't come as quickly as it used to. I mean, boop, and you're dead in the older games. Now I'm Drake, and I'll take gunshots, and then I'll hide behind something, and my health goes back, and I'm breathing.
Color drains, and you can hear the heart beating. I love that part of the game. It's awesome.
Yes,
I'll tell you, I agree with this. Because I play Uncharted stuff on easy, I don't ever play any game above normal.
I'm playing the hard level right now. I do believe on the Uncharted.
I just don't do it because I just want to finish the game, or at least come close to finishing it.
Yeah, I can't say that. That's a lie. I used to play on easy, but now I try to just go on normal. I want to at least beat on normal.
I always start on normal. And then, but I can't think of a game where I've put it on difficult, because I don't think there's any games I'm that good at that.
Uncharted 2, I did that. Because I'm like, I got the skills now. I should be able to do this.
You got the skills. You know what? You got what you need, as Biz Marquis would say.
Damn it. I gave you the in, I opened the door, and you walked in.
And Biz Marquis walked right through.
And I'm like, who's this guy?
Is he still alive? Can we get him on the show?
Sure, why not?
Just like we could put him on another screen, just have him singing in the background the whole time.
As long as you have the option for mute, that's all I care. Oh Lord!
Great song to sing though, because you don't even have to come close to being on key. It's perfect.
Oh, because he never sang it.
Yeah, it might be the best song ever to sing.
Yeah, no.
Add that to your rotation and your.
No. Yeah, no. That'll be on the rotation of songs that never hit the list.
That's right. He's just a friend.
Just a friend.
Oh.
Okay, so anyway, everybody think about that. Skills. That's why I did that. That's why I put that that headline on the thumbnail about skills. Because do I have the skills anymore? I don't know. I want to find them again. I found them once, and I had them once, and I beat Bionic Commando. I mean, maybe I just have to put the time back into it
You know
again.
what's weird though is I have beaten more games on the Switch than any system ever, and it's amazing. And it's not 100% because you can play it handheld or on the TV, like we keep playing. Because I play almost, I would say I play like 90% on the TV.
Yeah, I try too as well. I like.
But for some reason, I don't know what it is about the Switch, but I just seem to play the games more. And I've finished so many of them on the Switch, which is really unusual for me because I hardly ever will finish it. I mean, I'll hardly finish like long games,
Right?
Games that are 60 plus hours or whatever. I just hardly finish them.
Speaking of difficulty levels, is there a difficulty level on Breath of the Wild? Or is it just the game?
I don't remember.
Okay, just checking. I'll let you know.
There is a more difficult level on the DLC stuff.
Okay.
I don't know. It's been whatever, because that came out day one, and I started playing. Whatever I played it on, I never changed. So I don't know if you can change or not.
Yeah, I'm certain Logan got it straight away when it came out. He's been my big Zelda fan in the family. Laura's a big Spyro fan. I was showing her when Spyro collection came out for the Switch, and it was on sale. I sent a little note to her because I'm like, "Ooh, somebody might be interested." So, bring up that last graphic with the if you wouldn't mind, could you please bring up that Namco collection graphic? So I was out doing some Deku deals, looking around because Jeff and I were talking about Splatterhouse, and I'm eager to have a copy of that again. And next week, what's our show next week? Next week, we're kind of diving back into movies.
Movies with Papa Pete himself.
Papa Pete! So we were talking about, maybe we have some horror games, but we're going to talk about horror movies. So be thinking about that. Stuart Copeland.
Here's a question.
Yeah, still doing the music for Spyro? I don't know. He is. Is Stuart Copeland still doing the music for Spyro? I don't know. I'm sorry to say I was not aware that he was doing it. He's an amazing musician, though. He's a great composer. He's done some great stuff.
Speaking of this, this Saturday, we mentioned this at the beginning, but I don't know if anyone's here at the very, very beginning. This Saturday, I'm going over to Stewart's. We're going to be live streaming some games.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect that we'll just be playing games and just goofing off and talking, and should be a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be I keep telling him it's going to be epic.
I think I'm getting over to your place around noon, so sometime after noon. Hopefully by 1, we'll be up and running.
Anytime, bro. I get up at 6 o'clock, somewhere in there, especially when my wife's out of town. I do stuff like that because I can get up and make a crap ton of noise while she's not there. Let's get back to this, though. This Namco, I saw this cover today, and it reminded me, I know the guy who did the artwork on there.
You do? Who did it?
He's local.
Wait, what's his name?
David Vortreed. He's my best friend's brother-in-law.
Huh.
This gentleman, his artwork for as long as I've known him, which is probably almost a couple of decades now, his artwork is one of those guys. It speaks to me, like your stuff and others. But
it is cool. Look at Dig Dug over there.
Yeah.
In the bottom corner. That's hilarious. Yeah. His little legs.
Yep. And it was amazing. I'd totally forgotten. And then I looked at this today. I'm like, wait a minute. That's when you're looking at stuff and you're like, I know that artwork. I'm like, that's got to be Dave. So I sent it to her and I said, is this Dave? And she's like, yep. David. I think, I don't know. I'm always concerned about David's, whether it's Dave or David, but Yeah, I think either way. But anyway, yeah, he did that artwork. I said, "Is that his?" And she goes, "Yep." And I'm like, "That's what I thought." And that's why they own it. They have that. That's why I was saying I could probably borrow that and play Splatterhouse, because they've had it ever since it came out because Dave did the cover. So he did some really, really cool Muppet stuff too. Actually, was awarded a trip to New York for his whole family to go out there and hang out. So it was pretty cool.
We'll be able to play Splatterhouse tomorrow or Saturday.
Yeah, I think I might check in with them and see if I could drop by and borrow it.
Yeah, if not, we can play it on the Turbo.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just have to. I got to get a feel for it again. So
there's another game I'm terrible at. Man, I can barely get anywhere in that game.
Splatterhouse?
Yeah, I find that really hard for some reason.
See, and I think it's just that I don't know. I think we've just forgotten the restraints. That's really it. I mean, we've come from that to here, and now it's hard for us to go. Are you serious? I can't jump. I can't whatever. I don't know. I get stuck, and getting stuck on Bionic Commando pisses me off, because that was my game. That's my favorite 8-bit game.
Although, Splatterhouse, the only problem with that, with us playing, that's just some one player, isn't it? I don't think there's a 2-player version, is there?
I don't know.
We'll have to find some good co-op game. Maybe even like a beat 'em up or something. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were playing Streets of Rage 3. Is that what you were playing?
4, the new one. That's really good.
I played some of the. Did I play some of the first one?
Oh, you got,
because I have it on the Sega.
You got on that. There's 1, 2, and 3 on there.
Mm-hmm.
2 is my favorite.
2's your favorite?
Mm. Kind of like Uncharted 2. That's my favorite.
Well, I was trying to figure out where the Shinobi game was that has the dog in it.
I don't know.
I was playing one of the Shinobi games and it was pissing me off. Again, limitations. It's about limitations. You start dropping down and there's some guy already ready and you're like, now wait a minute. I got to have a second. You can't just be, that's like how my son hates when I play as crappy as I am at Super Smash Brothers. He's like, Dad, you can't just keep using the same move. I'm like, dude, that's all I got.
But did you
I learned a move, and I'm going to use the crap
in
out
that
of it.
game? If you keep spamming a move, it does less and less damage every time you use it.
Really? That's why that's another reason why.
After a while, you're not doing much damage at all. So you do have to change it up in that game because they'll punish you if you just keep doing that.
That's really cool.
That is cool.
It sucks for a person like me, but that's a good idea. That's smart because I'm out there going, how about that? How about that? How about that? How about that? And they're like, Dad, quit using the same move. I'm like, dude, I learned it. I'm going to use it. But yeah, okay. Less damage. Fun. Thank you. Thanks, programmers. I
just looked at our video on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
And I didn't enter any kind of a game. You can enter a game.
Yeah, right.
Because we're not talking about a specific game. They randomly put up Madden NFL 16. I don't know.
I don't know.
So what'd you think about Madden NFL 16, Stuart?
Never. I didn't think about it because I never played it. I did play some Madden stuff, but I don't remember which one it was. I know it wasn't that far along. I mean, I was in the early stages.
I wish we had Joe Montana football. That was crazy.
Yeah, that would be great.
I should buy it. I mean, how much can that be? $5?
It can't be
the most.
Well, where would you find it? You're just talking about eBay?
Yeah, or even a local store. Somebody might have it.
Okay.
I mean, it was popular at the time, so it's got to be. There has to be a lot of copies out there.
Let's see what this says. I'm just looking on Amazon, see if anybody has a used game. Okay, so here's one. Oh wow. Oh, there was a second one.
You're kidding.
No, there's Joe Montana 2. Sports Talk Football. You can get a Joe Montana 2 for $1.88 and shipping used.
What about one?
Wait a minute. Here's one. Wait, new or used? New and used. It's in good shape. Free shipping for $5. Let's go back to one. Oh, sugar monkeys with cheese. Doggone it. Oh, fudge. I did see the first one. It was right there.
I got it on the Sega.
There we go.
Because we played Madden and Joe Montana. But
Joe Montana, they got a used one for $14.
Wow, that's pretty expensive for when I figured it'd be like $3 or $4.
Oh no.
So the first one's more expensive than the second one?
Oh yeah. They may have a new one that's $90 of the second one. But this one, $14.44, it's in good shape with $4 shipping.
I remember that game was full of had a lot of problems, but the problems kind of made it fun.
That's what they say about me.
Stuart's got a lot of problems.
But his problems make him a lot of fun. You can get a used good one on Prime for $19.44.
I'm shocked at how expensive that is.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see. I wonder.
You don't have yours still? No. Oh, come on.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I've got all my Segas up here. Let me see what we've got. I've got NBA Jam. We should play that.
Yes.
I've got let me go back to looking at us.
What's on Stuart's shelf?
Yeah, Stu's shelf. There you go. I have Wimbledon. This is long before the Foo Fighters played there. Greatest heavyweights. And a classic.
No.
You know what? I'm gonna have to have Christine do a stream one night on that. And then I have this one. Primetime.
Yeah.
I wonder how that is, comparatively speaking. Or, you ready for this? NFL Quarterback Club.
Oh, wow. I haven't played that.
It's a claim.
Acclaim.
And I got NBA Jam.
That's a great game.
That is a phenomenal game. Phenomenal.
We'll also look up the big head mode. That's the only way I play.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the big head mode. I remember you doing that. All right. So shall we wrap her up?
Yeah. So Saturday, somewhere around noon Central Time, we'll start playing. Probably be a little bit after that, but we'll send out a notification.
Look, I'm getting emotional already.
So we'll do that stream. It'll be cool.
Just like old times.
And then next Wednesday, we have a special guest, Papa Pete, coming on the show, which will be awesome.
Talk about.
And we're going to talk about, well, since it's close to Halloween, we're going to talk about scary movies. And I think just 80s movies in general, too.
Scary movies. Yeah. Yeah, so think about some of your favorites. Let us know what you like. Let us know what scares the crap out of you. And then also tell us about things that used to scare the crap out of you. Like I'm getting ready to watch one. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I could do it tonight just for fun, but I got some rehearsing I need to do. But I'm going to watch Trilogy of Terror. Do you remember that? Karen Black. plays 4 characters in one Dan Curtis television movie.
Holy smokes.
I know. Does it get any more crazy?
Did she win an Oscar for that?
Is she alive?
I don't think so. I think she's hanging out with Lou Reed and Donna Summer.
Does. And that other guy, Bismarcky. Wait, he's not dead yet. Career is, though.
Oh, no. I don't even think you could find out.
There's no way to know.
No way to know if Bismarcky's dead or not.
So anyway, because I have some things I'm going to bring up. I already had some interesting things to bring up. And movies, think about what's a horror movie and what's a thriller. Think about that. There's a lot of questions. This whole thing is just way too heady to bring it up right now. So I'm sorry I even brought it up. See, look, Papa Pete's already jumping. He's already throwing down on it. All right. So
this Saturday, we're doing a show.
Yeah. Saturday, a show. Next week, a show with a guest.
Papa Pete.
Papa Pete. Mr. Reanimator himself. Don't be reanimating any pigs. That'd be scary. So all right.
Papa Pete, when you come on, is there any way you can play your theme song? I love that theme song by Rebel Gaming Club.
I'll have to check that out. Why don't I know what that is?
Yeah, it's on all the videos. Just watching his videos is always at the beginning. It's great.
Okay. I'm still in charge of our theme song, and I've got it. I just got to get it down. I got to get it recorded. And you need to record your parts when you're here this weekend.
I didn't know I had a part.
Oh, you got a part.
Do you want me to sing Bismarcky?
That would be a big hard no. Unless you're actually going to sing it, because he hasn't ever sung it.
I sang the song earlier. He missed it.
I'm glad I missed it.
Hi, honey. You're home.
Hi.
Ooh, craft beer time. Get out of town.
Beer time.
So, all right.
Everybody,
have a wonderful weekend. The rest of the week, have a weekend. And we'll see you on the weekend, and we will see you next week again, too.
Yep. See you guys Saturday.
Go Game Gone.